Hey everyone, how's it going? For those of you wondering what the heck my title is talking about, this is the third in a trilogy of games directed by YouTuber Smith Plays Pokemon, where he has taken both Crystal and Yellow and now Emerald, attempting to keep it feeling like it did back in 2005 in this case, but adding some forms of modernization. If you would like a comprehensive list of changes on Smith Plays video, which is linked in the description, there is a link there that will tell you in a Google Doc everything you need to know. What I'm here to do in this video is to talk about my experience playing through this game the first time, what I noticed in terms of changes, and whether I like the game or not. Going into Emerald Legacy, I was a little concerned because unlike Generations 1 and 2, which clearly are very outdated, especially Gen 1, Gen 3, and maybe this is just me, doesn't really feel that outdated. I mean, the graphics, sure, but it still feels modern enough that when I go back and play it, I don't really feel like I'm playing a game that was actually released 20 years ago. Having said that, I was still very interested to see in what Emerald Legacy would bring, and so just like I did 22 years ago when I first played Pokemon Sapphire, I picked Trico and prepared to start on my journey. But first, a big thank you to Mondly for sponsoring this video. If you're interested in learning another language, Mondly might be the app for you. And right now, Mondly is offering an amazing 96% off lifetime access during their spring sale if you go to mondly.app/jrose. Now, Mondly is one of the top language learning apps with over 125 million downloads, making it one of the top 5 language learning apps worldwide. But one of the coolest things about Mondly is that you get access to 41 foreign languages from 33 native languages. So obviously you guys know I speak English, and so learning English from French would be different than learning English from Spanish. Now, pronunciation is really important, and Mondly allows you to have real conversations with their chatbot by the use of speech recognition, and it provides real-time feedback to help you improve. And in addition to daily lessons, there are weekly and monthly quizzes that users can take to review and recap everything they've learned. So again, if Mondly sounds like something you'd be interested in, you can click my link in the description or pinned comment, and I hope you have fun learning some new languages. Unlike my normal runs, I was just going to play with Pokemon I really enjoyed. Pokemon I really like from Generation 3, including Lotad, and I kind of skipped this, and it was very interesting to me. The Pokedex has been completely changed in some very interesting ways. One of the most interesting ways, which is super important, is the stats screen. I mean, if we could slow down the footage or pause a little bit, just look how much stuff there is. Base stats, how much friendship, your egg cycles, abilities it could possibly have, everything. And as you cycle through, which I do, you can see every move it learns and when it learns it, which is kind of cool. The one critique I have about this super awesome, super unique thing is that unlike looking up on Bulbapedia, a single line of text reminds me of like pocket computers from the 90s. I just wish I could see more, but it's still super cool this exists. Now, like I said at the beginning, I'm not going to go over every single change, and some trainers have new Pokemon and new teams. This Rich trainer is supposed to have a Zigzagoon instead of a Slakoth, but most of them, like the twins here, have the exact same team. You'll also notice I have different moves, and the moves also do different amounts of damage. This is all stuff you would have to look up, and there are a bunch of changes made, Leech Life being more powerful, although not quite Gen 8 Leech Life. Lots of changes here and there trying to balance out the types. Smith explains it much better in his video, but if you see me using a move you typically don't think I should be using, it's probably because the move has been changed, and again, in-game you can get this information, which is pretty good. And speaking of changes, let's go battle Roxanne, who leads with Anorith. Now, in Emerald, Roxanne typically had 2 Geodude and a Nosepass, but Anorith is definitely a little bit more challenging. Anorith has pretty good attack. Bubble, by the way, has been buffed to 30 base power. Rock Tomb is still quite deadly. I also have a Lotad, but since there aren't 2 Geodude, my really low-level team wasn't quite ready. Oh, I forgot to save. That really sucks. So I'm gonna have to replay a bunch of game. Hooray! But yeah, my low-level team wasn't up to snuff, as it would seem. Now, in this playthrough, I want to stick to Pokemon introduced in the Hoenn region, and while in normal Emerald, this would be an Abra, in this game, we get Spoink. I really like Grumpig, probably because of the Battle Factory. Grumpig is really good there, or at least reasonably good there. And for now, I'm thinking Lombre, Surskit, and Spoink are on the permanent team, and we'll have to figure out some later members, but those are 3 Pokemon I really like from Generation 3. Alrighty, so now it's time to face Roxanne with a much higher level Surskit. It still has to use Bubble, which is unfortunate, but it knocks out Anorith again. Nosepass comes out, still level 15, and this time I'm going to swap into Spoink. It goes for Rock Tomb, Spoink's speed fell, and I don't get to use Confusion. But that's okay, because Lombre has Bullet Seed, which is actually pretty decent. It hits 3 times, Harden's not going to do anything, Oran Berry is annoying, I then hit 2 times, my speed falls, it goes for Headbutt, the AI still might not go for Rock Tomb, doesn't look like it does, if my speed is lower, but I knock out the Nosepass, and Lileep is the final Pokemon. Unfortunately for me, Lileep is extremely bulky defensively, and you might be wondering, why am I going for Astonish after it used Harden? In this game, Ghost has been changed to Special, and Dark has been changed to Physical. This is a change introduced in Crystal Legacy, the very first game, and has continued here. Now, some might argue that perhaps in Emerald, you just go a step further and implement the Physical Special move split, where a move like Astonish would be Physical, but Shadow Ball would be Special. But Smithblaze opted to keep the more traditional dividing moves by their type, as opposed to what the move actually does. Anywho, as you can see, we've beaten Roxanne, and we're gonna move on. We're gonna battle Brawly next. In the base game, Brawly is very cheesable, and Spoink is leveled up quite a bit. Makuhita leads off and still has Citrus Berry. Interesting. But unfortunately, Makuhita doesn't really do anything. I then decide to be cheeky and go for Psych Up, but maybe that was a mistake. Metatite. Now, this in the base game, ooh, light screen, just likes to go, oh, Reflect, so it is a screen setter. And wow, that just knocked it out. It hit itself in Confusion. But as I was going to say, it loves to go for Focus Punch. Breloom is definitely a scary Pokemon. I am paralyzed. Mega Drain, oh wow, I did a lot. Now, one thing you may notice is that when I knocked out Breloom, I didn't gain any experience points. That's a setting within the Legacy games to ensure you don't overlevel. You don't have to enable it, but I always do. And so unlike in my challenges where I would just stop using a Pokemon, in this game, I don't have to worry about overleveling, the game will enforce it, which is pretty cool. But yeah, as we defeat Brawly on our first try, Machop being replaced by an underleveled Breloom makes sense. I mean, in Gen 1, Misty has a Starmie, although it's not underleveled, that just requires a Water Stone. But it was a pretty cool fight. Unfortunately for Brawly, Spoink gave me such an advantage, but hey, like I said, Spoink's pretty awesome. All right, moving ahead a little bit more. There have been changes, right? But again, can't talk about all of them. May 2 leads with Spoink. That's definitely different. But we lead with Surskit, and it has Leech Life. And although I do hit myself in Confusion, I knock out Spoink. Out comes Combuskin. I do have Bubble Beam. Hit myself in Confusion, of course. Hit myself in Confusion again. Peck. Very annoying. Spoink has a good matchup. This time we have Psybeam, and Peck doesn't do enough. Spoink is just so bulky. Now, I believe Wailmer is a possible Pokemon for Rival 2, so it's really just the Spoink that feels completely different. But yeah, pretty easy victory here. I don't even think I'm using overpowered Pokemon or anything. It's just, thus far, the game has been pretty chill, which is how the other one started off too before getting crazy. So I'm not going to relax just yet. Now, unfortunately, my team right now really can't deal with Watson, and Smithblaze was nice enough to introduce Sandshrew into this route, so we're going to catch Sandshrew. But J-Rose, I thought you said you try to just use Hoenn Pokemon. Yes. But, like, this is my casual playthrough, and I'll use whatever I want. How about that? But the truth is, I don't want to use a Sandshrew, actually. I don't think that's a great idea for Watson. So instead, why don't I evolve it into Sandslash? It evolves pretty early, and you might say this is super cheap. I might say this is super good. But don't worry, Smithblaze saw this coming. Watson leads with Chinchou. And since I have no idea what Pokemon the gym leader is going to use, I had to switch into Lombre, which actually isn't bad because we tank that Bubble Beam and the Shockwave pretty well. We're going to... Oh, it doesn't heal. Nice. We're going to knock it out with Bullet Seed. And now Magneton comes out, and this is where our good buddy Sandslash, Thundershock does nothing. Supersonic, ooh, that's bad because... All right, nice. Dig. Dig knocks it out, and now Plusle goes for Charm. Made myself a confusion. Magical Leaf! I did not see that one coming. We don't knock out Plusle, but what do we do here? Let's go into Masquerain. All right, we intimidate Magical Leaf as I anticipated. I'll go Quick Attack, knock it out, and the final Pokemon is Manectric. You can see Masquerain is maxed out. Also, we have a Masquerain now. Howl from Manectric, Bubble Beam, which remember is not same type. I'm not a water type. Bubble Beam, it's going to be a 4-shot. Shockwave, Leech Life, doing about the same. Static is a problem. Shockwave knocks me out. I'll go into Lombre here because I do have Fake Out. Doesn't knock it out. And then, oh, okay. I thought it was going to heal. I guess when does it heal? I'm pretty sure Watson has healing items. I'm not really sure. That was cool, by the way. The fact that the Plusle has Magical Leaf, I do not believe that is a move Plusle can legitimately learn. So that was definitely quite shocking when that happened. But yeah, pretty cool fight. I mean, listen, I built a team specifically, or Pokemon specifically to beat it. And it's kind of funny how Smithblaze made sure there was a water type and a grass type. So in fact, Sandslash was important, but only worked because of my permanent members. And you can see Sandslash has been discarded to the PC as my true team continues on. And speaking of the true team, on 112, a new Pokemon was introduced, Meditite. Now, if you're well-versed in Emeraldology, you will know that Meditite's not even in vanilla Pokemon Emerald. Within Emerald Legacy, every single Pokemon of the 386 can eventually be caught. This includes Mythicals, Kanto, Johto Pokemon. However, the post-game and other random stuff is required, so we're not going to be doing that. Throughout the main game, we're still limited to the traditional Hoenn Pokemon, but a Pokemon I never really get to use, Meditite, because it's version exclusive, is in this game, which is cool. I like Meditite. Wait, sorry, I don't think I was right about just being restricted to the Hoenn Pokemon, because Sneasel is not even a Pokemon typically found at all within Emerald. Look it up, you have to trade it in from another game, and yet Sneasel is right here right now, probably because there aren't enough Ice or even Dark types within Emerald. To my knowledge, and I could be wrong, or maybe I missed a trainer, this is the first non-standard Emerald Pokemon we have seen so far. And so maybe that assumption I made that we aren't going to find the Kanto and Johto Pokemon is wrong. Although it's kind of weird, up to this point, which is deep enough into the game, this is, to my knowledge, the first one. So we'll keep an eye out for it. Now, I feel bad because Smithblaze and the other people working on this game put a lot of time and effort into revamping the dialogue, making it more interesting. Just straight up, as a guy who's played this game 1,000 times, I couldn't possibly care less at this point. The plots in Pokemon, the dialogue, I just want to do battles. In fact, if every character just said ... like Red did, that would be the best game, honestly. Just, I don't care. For better or for worse, unlike other RPGs like Final Fantasy, the dialogue in Pokemon games is rarely helpful. There really aren't any hidden secrets or anything like that typically. So usually you can just ignore 99.9% of anything said. So, sorry Smith, I'm not reading any of this. Now, Maxie leads with Mightyena, which is exactly what Maxie leads with normally. I'm going to swap into Zigzagoon. This isn't a solo run, and I can just use this Zigzagoon for HMs to feint and get me a better matchup. Oh yeah, like Meditite. It goes for Bite, I go for Wow! Okay, and here's a withdraw. Golbat. Okay, this is the exact same team. I'm going to go into Masquerain, get off my Intimidate. Wing Attack did a fair bit. Confuse Ray sucks. Air Cutter's fine. I'm going to swap into Lombre here. Wing Attack, that kind of sucked. You know what? Let me swap into Spoink here. Wing Attack, Bite. Ah, bad flinch. Ah, boo. That sucks. What do I want to do? Masquerain, lower its attack even more. Let's go. I guess we'll go for... let's go Air Cutter. Air Cutter. All right, we should be fine here. No! No! Boo! Okay, that's good. Yay! All right, next up, Camerupt. Oh yeah, there's 4 Pokemon now. And that didn't one-shot. I mean, that sucks. Okay. We have 2v3. We knock out Camerupt. This Nuzleaf is new. I don't really have anything great for it. I'm just going to go into Metatite here. There's a reason. All right, growth is perfect. We should. Okay, perfect. Now, even if Mightyena outspeeds and knocks out Metatite, it doesn't matter. Oh, it doesn't even do that. All right. Okay, never mind. It did. But we have Fake Out, so we can win regardless. Hooray! That was a little dicey, and again, not really all that different. So far, I'm going to be honest with you, most trainers, other than the gym leaders, and even the gym leaders to some degree, are relatively unchanged. I mean, one of the big things about Crystal Legacy, just kind of thinking out loud for a second, is that very few trainers and gym leaders actually use Johto Pokemon. So making sure more Johto Pokemon were used was a big deal. But in Emerald, because it was the introduction of the regional decks, Hoenn Pokemon are fairly well represented. So yeah, I mean, thus far, this has been fine, but it isn't feeling totally different from Emerald. Just some nice features here and there, like the Pokedex and whatnot. All right, battling Flannery, my team, I think, has a pretty good matchup. Vulpix, that's new. That's new. All right, so we're just going to go for the Bubble Beam. Overheat's fine. I'm going to swap into Spoink. Spoink has Thick Fat. And yeah, that did nothing. Going to go for Confuse Ray. And all right, not a problem. Just was thinking about maybe setting something up. Macargo, that's new. There's typically Numel, Slugma, Camerupt, and Torkoal. So Macargo is new, although not a Gen 3 Pokemon. It also seems to be really bulky. I mean, I know there's a light screen up, but still, I'm a little surprised. Oh, well, that crit, even that crit, that's how much a crit did. Crits aren't affected by light screen. That's insane. Anyway, we knock it out with Metatite. Camerupt comes out next. Light screen's done. Rolling Kick. Wow. This is okay. This is legit. Lombre, I'm going to go for Fake Out, do some damage, Bubble Beam, and now I'm guessing we're going to face a Torkoal here. All right, Torkoal, I'm going to go Bubble Beam. Overheat, not a problem. Masquerain, that's not going to do anything because of White Smoke. I don't think that's going to knock it out. Nope. Overheat, do we have anything left? Nope, it's just HM Zigzagoon. All right, so we haven't lost a gym battle in a while. We lost one here. Let's try again. So this time I'll lead with Spoink. Overheat, that's fine. Psybeam, wow. I'm doing very little damage here. Psybeam again, it's going to be a 4-shot. All right, well, that worked, I guess. Macargo is next. And this time, it didn't set up any light screen. No, Macargo's just bulky. What is this? How am I doing such little damage? All right, Lombre, let's go for Fake Out. And now Astonish. Didn't mean to do that. Meant to go for Bubble. What? Even with light screen, how is that? What? What is going on here? What even is this? I don't even know what ability this could have. Like, nothing reduces water damage. Okay, this is so strange to me. All right, we knock it out, and now not knock out the Camerupt. We still have Metatite left, although that's not a great matchup for the Torkoal, and we're burned. I guess Camerupt now has Flame Body. I went for Calm Mind. All right, wow. Like, seriously, what's going on with Macargo? Well, as it turns out, Magma Armor in this game is basically Thick Fat for water. So Macargo resists water pretty well. Since this is the first game with abilities, I never considered the fact that Smith Plays could change what they did. And yeah, clearly that's what happened. So Macargo's pretty good. But you know what? Smith 2 can play at that game. So I'm going to lead with Spoink. Same exact thing as before, although that Sunny Day is going to suck. Actually, really didn't suck as much as I thought it would. And an Overheat miss. Ha! So we're still at 35 as we knock out Vulpix. Macargo is out. I'm going to go for Confuse Ray. Just try to do some damage here. Its Spadef is great, man. Just really bulky. But now, hey, remember Sand Slash? Well, I can use Sand Tomb and knock out Macargo. And Slash, sure. Don't need Fury Swipes anymore. I thought I was just going to use this for Watson, but oh, I'm burned. That's okay. I can just do some more damage to Camerupt. And now, who do we want to use? Let's go Masquerain. Why not? It's probably going to heal here. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. Torkoal's out. We go for Bubble Beam. There goes the White Herb. Now I'm going to go into Lombre. Go Fake Out, do some damage. Going to swap into Zigzagoon. Probably Overheat coming. Nice. It's now -2 in attack. Go into Lombre. Another Fake Out. Just chip damage here. And you know what? Meditite's not that useful. Oh, Body Slam. Okay, didn't expect that. I'll go for Extra Sensory because its defense is super high. And now Lombre after... You know what? Just go Bubble Beam. Yeah. There we go. That was difficult, but Sandslash really helped me out. Did not expect Macargo, of all Pokemon, to be a big obstacle, but so far the toughest Pokemon I faced was one I've never expected. Now, in Oris, May takes you right back. Is she going to do that here? Okay, yes. So May can do that here. And if you say no, by the way, she goes to the Pokemon Center. So you can go and explore Route 111 and then just use May to warp back. Amazing quality of life feature. One of my least favorite things of all time in Gen 3 is that really annoying walk back to Petalburg. But I have some other Pokemon I want to catch. So, you know, just read a magazine or something. Do they still have those? Did they ever have those in Pokemon? I don't know. Now, throughout the game, you can get rematches with gym leaders earlier than typical, and these rematches are double battles. Now, I don't know if you've been watching the channel recently, but I like double battles a lot. And so I was very excited. Also, by the way, cut in this game is actually a bug move, kind of weird thing there. But you're also seeing an introduction of my newest team member, Trapinch. I really like Trapinch. Well, I like Flygon. Flygon's just cool. I like bug Pokemon, and Flygon looks like a bug Pokemon. I mean, Flygon also just looks really cool. It's a mixed attacker if you want. I love Flygon. Anyway, I beat Roxanne. I'm not really going to talk about this battle. It's just kind of neat that these things exist. And yeah, now we can battle Norman. I'm so glad they made these double battles, by the way. Double battles are so cool. Oh, I can battle Brawly. That's even cooler. So there were a lot of trainers I skipped. I did that battle with Brawly, and you're going to notice that pretty quickly when, oh yeah, we have a Medicham now. So Medicham gets outsped, but Rolling Kick, Medicham's super great. Ooh, Big Rigs. I love Giraffe Rig. Zigzagoon, do what you're best at. Yay, Zigzagoon. So good at that. Anyway, I'm going to go into Grumpig here because I can go Confuse Ray, and then I can try Shockwave. Well, actually, this worked out better than I thought it would. Grumpig, so wow, that did a lot of damage. Okay, well, bye, Big Rigs. You can see Grumpig has maxed out. Belly Drum, Psybeam, ooh, with Citrus Berry, Dig. All right, well, Masquerain is immune to Dig. Now what do? Facade. All right, I need to outspeed this. Fake Out will work. I don't think I have enough for this. Go Trapinch. Okay. I wish I used another quick attack. Fake Out. Oh, nice crit. That actually could win me the game. So now we have Slacking. I'm just going to use Mega Drain, Bubble Beam. I don't think it matters. Facade. All right. Knocks me out. Okay. Medicham, I need you here. Medicham, I need you to one-shot somehow. Nope. But wait a minute. Is the Slacking? Oh, Yawn. That's not a big deal. I'm just going to go for Confuse Ray. Ideally, I would have Slacking knock out Grumpig, and it's confused, but we know now Medicham, during the loafing turn, can get off a Rolling Kick, and that is the first half or so of the game. Once again, we weren't dealing with any massive changes here to Norman. The Vigoroth led off instead of Spinda, and then that Spinda was replaced for Girafarig. But to be honest, especially after just how crazy Flannery was, a little bit of a letdown just how vanilla this felt, but still, there's more game to go. Skipping ahead a lot, there is one more Pokemon I want on my team. It sucks it takes so long to get it. And one thing I am going to say is that the Pokemon... Oh, there it is. The Pokemon on these routes often aren't too different. And to that end, Absol is on this route. And eventually, oh my god, we do, although it takes like 10 years... seriously, I use a timer ball. We caught Absol. Now, recall I told you that Dark type in this game is physical, so Absol should be amazing. But wait, it gets better. Although the ability Super Luck wasn't a thing till Gen 4, in Emerald Legacy, it now has base 95 speed, making it one of the faster Pokemon in the game. basically making Absol like, honestly, kind of an even more powerful but slightly slower Kadabra. And it's also less frail. So just like one of the best Pokemon I could ever think of. I love this. Anyway, there are a lot of trainers in this section, but because of the level up mechanic, I want to battle Winona now. And so we lead off with our newest Pokemon, Absol. Bite's doing okay, but so is Magical Leaf. I decide to go for Razor Wind, which is base 35 power and works like Sand Tomb now. Kind of strange, but whatever. For Skarmory, I swap in Grumpig because I do have Shockwave. It is going to take 3 hits to knock it out, but it's bulky enough that I'm able to do so. Also notice Grumpig is maxed. So, Takedown knocks out Grumpig, but I have more Pokemon, all of whom are already level 38. Masquerain is going to intimidate the Swellow, and then I'm going to swap into... let's go to Lombre here. Aerial Ace does a lot. I go for Fake Out. Oh, that doesn't do enough. Okay, let's get it knocked out. That gives me the free swap into Medicham. We don't outspeed, but Rolling Kick, oh, it doesn't knock it out. But we can tank another Aerial Ace. Pelipper, this is a terrible matchup. I just go for Extra Sensory. Ooh, wow, we survived that. Pretty good. Okay, now let's go back into Absol. I can go for Bite. And now last Pokemon is Altaria. Actually, I think this is the exact same team that Winona usually uses. As in a normal playthrough, I just Ice Beam the Altaria, but yeah, this battle actually was very similar to the normal battle. Tropius led instead of Swablu, and Swellow replaced the Swablu, but once again, these battles are fairly similar. I can't really tell if the movesets are totally different, but they don't feel that different. Anyway, like I mentioned before the Winona battle, we have tons and tons of trainers we can battle. So we're going to level up a ton before we fight Tate and Liza. Now, one thing I should mention before that is there is a double battle with Matt and Archie atop Mount Pyre. I mean, it's not particularly difficult or interesting or anything, but it's kind of cool there's a double battle. Because this battle is completely new, I can't really judge whether the teams have been changed. But certainly, you don't see Team Aqua members using Pokemon like Wailord, Crawdaunt, Sharpedo you do, and Crobat you do, but Huntail, I don't think you even see a Huntail throughout the main game experience. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't really remember that. Either way, that's kind of neat, I guess. Fast forwarding a bit to when we have to do the Team Magma hideout, I actually kind of wish they got rid of this. I know it's a part of Emerald, but I always found this section really tedious that you have to do 2 hideouts. Never a fan of the whole villain team arc that just feels like busy work. But interestingly enough, I found another Pokemon not typically in Emerald, Murkrow, not in the Hoenn Pokedex, so that's now 2 that I've noticed so far. I may have missed some. I may as well show the Maxi battle because there was effort put in to make the team different. Sunny Day means Surf. Oh, well, it does knock it out. Never mind. Next comes out Crobat. So Houndoom being the lead. Oh, I actually forgot to heal. I may lose this. That would suck. Crobat also knows Fly, which is pretty good. But Ice Beam doesn't knock it out. Okay, yeah, I almost definitely lost. Gonna go into Ludicolo. Wait, that was a mistake. Can I? Okay, Intimidate does work. Fly's gonna knock me out. So now Ludicolo basically has to run the table. Fake Out, Inner Focus. It got rid of Intimidates too. I'll just go for Thief. Why not? Shiftry. Okay, that's interesting. Didn't expect a Shiftry, but it does know Sunny Day, and it has Chlorophyll, so I get the strat here. Kind of cool stuff going on. Evidently, if I had more than 2 Pokemon remaining at this point, I probably could have done better. So let's test that theory. Now we lead with Absol, and I'm going to go for Rock Smash. Now, you might be like, whoa, that did a lot. Rock Smash is buffed to base 60 power in this game, so it's pretty good. Meaning we can also use it against Shiftry, and now we're at level 42. Aggron, well, why not Rock Smash? And then it misses with Iron Tail. This is a very different and interesting team. Camerupt, I'll just go for Crunch. I get burned. Remember, it has Flame Body now. But we can switch into Vibrava, who I haven't really used much. Dragon Breath will knock it out. And now I'm ready to become a Flygon. Yeah, I'll just let Vibrava faint. Flygon's a really cool Pokemon. And now we'll do the Masquerain thing. We'll swap in Masquerain. And in this game, Masquerain can learn Fly. And since I'm slower, I can... Oh, darn, that haze sucks. Because I could have just kept going back and forth. But I can end up knocking it out with an Ice Beam. And look at that. Vibrava's ready to evolve into Flygon. And we have pretty much our final team ready for the end of the game. Not bad. I'm not going to talk about Admin Matt, but Tane Lies I'm interested in because they're some of the hardest gym leaders in standard Pokemon Emerald. And they have 6 Pokemon this time. Leading off with the classic Claydol Xatu, I counter with Absol and Flygon. Double Crunch knocks out the Claydol. Medicham comes out. Calm Mind on Xatu. I think it has that in standard Pokemon Emerald. Now what we're going to do is, let's knock out, oh darn, we don't do enough to knock out the Medicham, and High Jump Kick knocks out Absol. Alright, so Ludicolo can fake out Medicham, and then we can go for Crunch on Xatu. Chimecho, wow. Okay, the defense fell. Xatu just is buffing its stats quite a bit. What should I do here with Ludicolo? It's not really great at anything right now. I'll just go Surf. Crunch knocks out Xatu. And what's going to come out here? Lunatone. So actually, Surf was the right call. That did decent damage. Chimecho goes for Psychic. I think it's been buffed. I go for Crunch, then Surf. Knock out Chimecho. Yeah, this is going to be pretty easy. We've got the classic, Light Screen, but that's not going to affect Crunch anymore. Remember, physical move. And Sunny Day. Wow, Surf's going to do nothing. Yeah, as I expected. And now Flygon is sleeping. Alright, well, we can still go for Giga Drain because it's sunny outside. Solar Beam does nothing. Giga Drain does knock out Solrock. So this is a 2v1. We can send out Masquerain. You can see that even with all the leveling up, I'm still not at the cap for one of the first times. And Silverwind knocks out the Lunatone. So clearly this battle was a pretty big difference with Chimecho and Medicham introduced. But was it harder? That's tough to say, but I wouldn't necessarily say so. Alright, so moving ahead, I showed Maxie, might as well show Archie. He leads with Mightyena, so Medicham, not the greatest lead, but High Jump Kick still enough to knock out the Mightyena. Next comes out Crobat, just like Maxie. Wish I had Grumpig here. I'll go into Masquerain, and it uses Air Cutter. Don't forget, I don't know what the movesets are. This is a different Crobat than Maxie's. Absol should be able... Oh, Haze, that's fine. Crunch will knock it out. Level 45. Parasong, no. Not on a sweeper. So Machamp, oh, that's bad. Let's go into Medicham here. Vital Throw is fine. Extrasensory. Earthquake. Okay. I don't usually use a mixed attacking Medicham, but it's working quite well. Sharpedo outspeeds and knocks it out. Absol, I'm going to need you to do some Cut. Cut is a bug move. Doesn't knock out Sharpedo, and the Lychee Berry... or Lychee Berry powers up its attack. Thankfully, oh, wow. No, Flygon is also too slow. Sharpedo, good on ya. So I have lost now both to Maxie and to Archie. I can say with a clear conscience that this battle is quite a bit harder than the original. Wow, Super Fang on Mightyena. And the only way I was able to win was to revive my entire team. And Archie only has 5 Pokemon, so it goes to show a little bit how my team is weak to certain types, but also just how this is a bit of a tough battle. But yeah, Grumpig definitely helped. With Sharpedo, now that Medicham has more health, even though it tanks that Surf, High Jump Kick can knock it out. And then the only Pokemon we didn't fight was Wailord. Truth be told, Medicham, which is an awesome Pokemon, as I said, almost sweeps through everything, but Ludicolo is able to get the finishing off attack. And we beat Archie, and we only have really a couple more mandatory battles left. One of them is against Juan. Oh wait, no it isn't, it's against Wallace. So I have a feeling that we're going to be seeing Steven, which makes sense. One of the worst changes Emerald made was removing Steven as champion. He's just more interesting. This Tentacruel is really good. Outsped and Ice Beam. Not bad at all. I'm going to try Water. Wow, this is really okay. Remember I said these battles aren't tougher? This is tougher. Medicham almost fainted. Wallace has a Masquerain, which... Oh, I have Hidden Power. I believe that's Hidden Power Rock, which is pretty great. So that's kind of lucky that I happen to have that. High Jump Kick then can do half the Whiscash. I have the perfect Pokemon now to mop up, Ludicolo, and in the rain it's faster too. So I knock it out. Next coming out is another Ludicolo. Bit of a mirror match between me and Wallace. I went for Thief, seeing if it had an interesting item. It does, Mystic Water. Well, now that's mine. So I'm going to go into Masquerain, Intimidate it. Double Team is very annoying. I do have Silverwind. Ooh, nice hit. But Leech Seed Double Team. Wow, what a trolly set. I'm going to go into Grumpig because Grumpig actually has both Yawn, which will stop it from using annoying moves, and Shockwave, which can fight through the truly obnoxious Double Team strats. I do need to knock it out quickly though, so I'm going to go into Masquerain. I know I won't hit every turn. Ah, no, this is what we don't want. No, oh, God, I don't hit a single time. Not a single time with Silverwind. All right, well, Absol, I need you. I need you. Ah, missed with Cut. And Giga Drain, it's at full HP. Man, this was truly obnoxious. Anyway, now that I know what's coming, I can modify my strategy. I'm going to lead with Grumpig for Tentacruel, and that proved to be a really good idea. Grumpig knocks out Tentacruel pretty easily. Skill swap. Interesting. All right, Masquerain comes out next. I have the perfect counter to Masquerain. Masquerain. It's going to go for Stun Spore. Okay, didn't expect that. Blizzard. Okay, didn't expect that either. So, yeah, this actually was a bad idea. I'm going to go into Ludicolo. Hydro Pump. Beautiful. Oh, I have Rain Dish. I actually thought I was Swift Swim. No, I'm Rain Dish. Anyway, Signal Beam, it has. Surf knocks it out. It's fine. Oh, okay, never mind. Now I have Signal Beam. Look at that. Not a signature move in Emerald Legacy, clearly. All right, Double Team, I'm going to need to hit it with Signal Beam, which you can see is stronger than Silverwind. Now Absol, come on, Cut, Bug Cut, knocks it out. And now Whiscash, I'm just going to go for Crunch. Rain Dance, Crunch, Yawn. Okay, now I'll swap. Ludicolo is going to gain some health back. Oh, God. Now I'm going to swap again, this time to Grumpig. All right, can you stop? Can you stop? You know what? I'm going to go for Yawn. Two can play the Yawn game. All right, and now I'm going to wait for it to fall asleep because I knew it'd go for Yawn again. Now Ludicolo is out. Now I'm going for Giga Drain, and the final Pokemon should be the Ace Milotic, level 51. I'm going to go for Thief. And I stole Leftovers. Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. Because this Milotic has Leftovers. And now Ludicolo has Leftovers. And as you may have seen, I'm pretty sure we keep the item. I'm pretty sure we keep the item. Yeah, we keep the item. So this is interesting. If I can find some more Pokemon that have Leftovers, because Smith Blaze has upgraded the items on a lot of these Pokemon. So rather than having to level up a pickup Pokemon to level 81, we theoretically get Leftovers on everything, which would be neat. Something else that is neat is once I make it to the Elite Four, you'll notice that we have tons of very useful TMs like Shadow Ball, Iron Tail. I mean, I'm just going to buy everything, but yeah, a lot of TMs are available here. So we can definitely load up on really good moves for the Elite Four. But this is kind of giving me open book test vibes. If you were in school, like when I was in university and college, when professors would allow for open book tests, I would almost be disappointed. Because in theory, getting a book is great, like these TMs. Oh my God, more stuff. But that just meant to me, wait, how hard is the test gonna be that you don't even care that I have material in front of me? If you're giving me these TMs, it's because you think I probably am going to need them to beat this gauntlet. So let's see how true that is. Up first is our good pal Sideneye. Now, he leads with Mightyena. Same as always. Okay, well, Yawn. Okay, that's new, but we knock it out with Medicham. And Murkrow. Okay, so Murkrow is just part of the new decks here. That's fine. Sky Attack. Oh yeah, in Smith Blaze games, these are single turn, strong flying type attacks. Basically like a better Brave Bird almost, because no recoil. So it goes for Haze for some reason. I'm not really sure why it did that, but double Dragon Claw knocks it out. Shiftry, I'm going for Signal Beam. That is quad effective. Crawdont is next. I go for Signal Beam. It's confused. Okay. Well, looking like Sydney's going to be pretty easy. Final Pokemon is Absol. Signal Beam. It's confused. All right. Well, I mean, that was pretty lucky, but yay! That was a little underwhelming, to be quite honest with you. Fweb comes next, and this time she leads with Sableye. Interesting. Normally, this is a Dusclops. Crunch does about half. I'm confused. Don't want that. Swap into Ludicolo. Moonlight. That's... I mean, it typically... Oh, Citrus Berry. Interesting. So that's going to stop its recovery. Wow, this is an annoying set. Moonlight is not a move Sableye gets. Typically, it would get Recover, although I don't remember if it got that in Generation 3. Crunch, so it does have an attacking move. I'm going to go for Signal Beam. Wow, that did nothing. Sableye seems pretty bulky. It must have had its stats changed. Moonlight, I'm going to have to go for Giga Drain here. Now, okay, so Spadef fell. Don't forget, Shadow Ball is a special move here. I'm thinking that it's run out of Moonlights. That was a really awful crit. But Absol should be able to knock this out. And now we could be in a good situation. No, it's Medicham! All right, Ghost-type Medicham. Let's go. So, High Jump Kick does nothing to Masquerain. I'm going to go for Fly. Psychic. Oh, it's smart. Psychic again. I'm going to knock it out with Fly. All right, now, Ghost Pokemon question mark? Banette. I'm going to keep this out and just go for Giga Drain. Oh, I outsped. Thunderbolt. Okay, Absol, we need you. It's under-leveled, but it should outspeed and one-shot Banette. And now, Ninetales. Okay. I wish I had kept my Ludicolo, but Grumpig should do a good job. All right, I'm confused. I'm going to go for Yawn. Shadow Ball. Makes sense it would have that. It is the Ghost type. Ah, come on. Boo. All right. Flygon, you can outspeed, right? An Earthquake? Perfect. Yay, Flygon. Okay. So, now the final Pokemon is in fact a Dusclops. This one has Ice Beam. Oh, it doesn't even knock it out. And it's got lefties. Interesting. We can maybe exploit that later. But we're going to use Absol, knock it out. And that is 2 Elite Four members on my very first try. Easy peasy. All right, next we have Glacia. And this time she leads with Glalie, not a Celio. Okay, I'm going to go for Yawn. Hail first. That's pretty vanilla. I have lefties on this thing. Shadow Ball. Okay, that's fine. Going for Psychic. Not doing too much, but once I put it to sleep, I now can get in a swap. Like Medicham, that isn't very fast, but will do a ton with High Jump Kick. And now we're level 48. Recover. Ooh, that could be good. I don't think I'm really using Calm Minds. Let's go for Recover here. Sneasel is next. It should outspeed. Swords Dance. All right, thank goodness we knocked that out pretty quick. Next, Cast Form. Ice-type Cast Form. Oh, Hail just... Okay, Ice-type Cast Form. That is fascinating. Oh, wow. Cast Form is fairly bulky. That should have done a lot more Hydro Pump. Interesting stuff here. Remember, the Hail Blizzard thing is not a Gen 3 thing. Piloswine? Wait, is Piloswine even... No, that's another Pokemon that's not typically part of the Ho Index. Okay, so we're going to knock it out with Ludicolo. And the last Pokemon, the Ace, is still Walrein. Interesting stuff here. Unfortunately, I can't thief whatever this thing has. Sheer Cold! Beautiful. All right, well, I don't even know what to do. Grumpig, maybe I'll just put it to sleep. And it's got lefties. That's something I should think about. It's going Hail. That's fine. I'm going to go for... let's just go for Psychic. Yeah, there we go. Sheer Cold again. Well, that's fair and fun. Absol, you know what? Just go for... All right, it's asleep. Rock Smash. Great. Defense Drop, even better. And for whatever reason, trainers don't seem to have potions in this. I think they got rid of that, which is definitely kind of nice, but also makes things a heck of a lot easier because I keep expecting a heal. But it's extremely clear at this point no trainers are going to heal at any point. So, it is what it is. All right, Draki leads with Flygon. Well, that's interesting because I also led with Flygon. Don't love this matchup, but maybe I'll... No, I don't outspeed. But I have Dragon Claw. He seems not to. And it's a speed tie. Okay, pretty good. Salamence. Now, that's going to do a lot of damage. So, into Masquerain here. You Intimidate, so do I. Rock Slide. Okay, well, touche. That didn't go how I'd hoped. Grumpig. Let's go for Yawn. Wow, that seems to be what Grumpig is really good at, yawning. Absol, it's gonna go for Crunch. Okay, now it's asleep. Let's go for Crunch myself. Okay, another Crunch. And don't forget, no healing, so we knock out Salamence. Okay, so Altaria used Dragon Dance Sky Attack. I'm gonna soak up the sun. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I lost. I have nothing. I could use Fake Out here. Yeah, I mean that was good. that was effective. But yeah, there's no way in a casual playthrough I'm gonna save between Elite Four members. That's just embarrassing. So Masquerain's gonna lead because I know Masquerain. Actually, you know what? With Intimidate, Flamethrower. Oh, is this a special attacking set? No, it has Crunch. And now my defense is lowered. That sucks. All right, let's go into Masquerain. That could work. Double Intimidate. Crunch does... Are you kidding me? All right, Flamethrower is fine, I guess. Yay, okay. I'm going to assume... Altaria. Okay, Double Edge. Now, what do I want to do here? Let's think. Flygon should be the right choice. Let's go for Dragon Claw. All right, nice. That crit may have mattered, though. Salamence. Okay, this is obviously the worst possible situation. What do I want? You know what? I don't know what I want. I might just have to sacrifice my Flygon here. Now, Grumpig, do your thing and put it to sleep. Wow, that did a lot. Okay, holy mackerel. Absol, tank the... Okay, okay, of course. Of course. All right, Medicham, you have Rock Tomb. Well, that does quite a bit. Rock Tomb's a bit buffed, but it's going to take 4 hits. Oh, no. You know, I'm just going to have to get knocked out here. And now, Grumpig, I guess. It has lefties. Psychic. What's left, actually? 2 Pokemon. Huntail. Hey, that I was not expecting, but Ludicolo should be good. Yeah, Hydro Pump. That does nothing to Ludicolo. What do I do? Just Fake Out, see what item it has, if anything. Giga Drain. Okay, this is fine. Confuse Ray. Oh, Pitaya Berry. Oh, come on. Come on! Boo! Boo! This is so dumb. Grumpig, you can knock out Huntail. At least we can see what the last Pokemon is. Kingdra. Yeah, we're done. Confuse Ray, maybe? I don't know. Yeah. Well... This is not going to be easy, I guess. But I am gaining levels. I do need to be careful because I'm using revives and potions, and every time I lose, I'm losing a bunch of money. So I do need to keep that in mind, but yeah. Draki. So, by the way, people always insult the way I say names. So, for Gen 3, we have Draki. You don't like it? He's not real. Who's to say that isn't how this collection of pixels pronounces his name? Anywho, I have good news. I keep making it back without losing any of the other Elite Four members, and Ice Beam does one-shot, which is pretty sick. Now, I'm expecting Sky Attack. Okay, fine. That's fine. It sucks that Ice Beam is on Masquerain and everything's flying type, but what can you do? Grumpig. Actually, can Grumpig learn Ice Beam? I don't think it can. It can learn Ice Punch. Anyway, it's going to go for Dragon Dance, but I'm going to confuse it and put it to sleep. Swap in Flygon. Withdraw. That's interesting. Okay, well, we got a free hit, and we outspeed. We got a second hit. Okay, very interesting. Now, don't forget, in this game, Dragon type is not physical. It's special. And Flygon, I believe, has boosted special attack. And it is completely obliterating. Oh, I forgot I was hit by an Intimidate. But that's okay. Ludicolo can deal with Huntail. And for the first time, we've made it to the champion. Not Wallace, but Steven Stone. All right, so Steven's not really in Emerald in this capacity. He leads with Skarmory, which is what he leads with in the cave. Sky Attack misses, so it has a chance to miss, so it's not quite Brave Bird. Shockwave, ugh, toxic. That's very similar to what you see in the cave. Don't have a fire type move, so I'm just gonna have to go for Shockwave a couple times. Okay, that is one Pokemon down. Armaldo, okay, this is looking very much like his cave team. Armaldo, I'm gonna go into Masquerain anticipating a bug attack. I get Twin Needle. Interesting, but we now have lowered its attack. I'm gonna anticipate a rock attack. No, another Twin Needle. This may be Choice Banded. Yeah, I'm thinking Choice Band, definitely. So, oh wait, Ludicolo though should just be able to knock it out with Surf. Cool. So, that's kind of neat that we see a Choice Band. Metagross. I'm going to go for Thief and Lumberry. Okay, interesting. Psychic, Surf. All right, I'm going to go into Absol here. Probably tank. Okay, cool. And now Crunch isn't super effective. Agility, yikes. Meteor Mash. No, okay. So we can't lower its attack. I'm going to go into Medicham here and just go for High Jump Kick. Meteor Mash. Yes, we tank it. Okay, this is good. Claydol. Not a great matchup here. It outsped. Okay. Grumpig. I'm going to try to put this to sleep. Earthquake. Wow, that did a lot. Claydol's clearly been buffed a little bit. Masquerain can lower its attack, but I should swap into Ludicolo here probably. You know what? Too risky. Ice Beam. Signal Beam. Psychic. It woke up. And it survived. An explosion. No. Darn it. Okay, we don't look like we're in good here. Aggron versus Grumpig. I'm going to go for Yawn. Rock Slide. So now Ludicolo, I need to gain some health back. Fake Out. It's asleep. So, yeah. What do I do here? Let's go Giga Drain, 48. Giga Drain. Okay, that's really good. 107. Maybe Ludicolo can do this. Final Pokemon, Credilli. I could go for Giga Drain again. It has Curse. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. And it has Lefties. What do I do? I could steal the Lefties. I'm going to go... it has Recover as well. Very frustrating. Surf, Curse. This is not going to work. Surf, Recover. Yeah, this is just not going to work. Surf, Curse. Yeah, eventually it's just going to stall me out. There's nothing I can do. Unless I get a really lucky crit here, I've lost. Credilli is just too... Yeah. Eventually it's going to hit me once it can. Close. Very close. Very close. I think we got it this time. Well, good news. In our next attempt, we make it right back to Steven. We're going to lead Grumpig, go for Yawn, Toxic, and I have a Pecha Berry. Now I'm going to go for Calm Mind. It went for Sky Attack. Another Calm Mind. Look at me. Shockwave. That sucks. I wanted to sweep. No. All right. Not all is lost. Ludicolo, do you outspeed? No, it doesn't. That was a huge mistake on my part. All right. Flygon. I don't have a good move. Dragon Claw does knock it out. That sucks. All right. Aggron, Earthquake. Okay. We're going to make some progress here. Hyper Beam, not helpful. Next, we got our Armaldo. Remember, this is Choice Banded. So if I go into Masquerain and it goes for Twin Needle, I went for Iron Tail. Okay, that's interesting. I actually don't really have a great Pokemon for that, but I can go for Fly for no other reason than to gain some Lefties recovery. All right. God. Iron Tail is not what I was hoping to see here. Flygon, come on out. I guess go for Earthquake. Iron Tail, Defense Drop. That sucks. But we knocked it out. Next is Claydol. This is a bad matchup. I'm going to go into Absol here. Light Screen is fine because I'm going to go for Crunch. And we knock out Claydol. Great. Metagross is next. I'm going to go for Crunch. Does about a third. Meteor Mash doesn't knock me out. Crunch, Meteor Mash, attack raised, but Flygon outspeeds and will knock it out with Earthquake. And now all that's left is the Credilli. I have Signal Beam. Ooh, that did about half. But now it has raised its defense and a critical hit. Don't have to worry. Let's go. That is Emerald Legacy defeated by a team of really good Pokemon, but some of my favorite Gen 3 Pokemon. So, as the credits don't roll because there's a whole bunch of dialogue, what are my thoughts on Emerald Legacy? Well, before I tell you that, I should mention that when this game came out, there was a bit of a scavenger hunt to find mythical Pokemon, and I wanted to be the first to find one of the mythicals. I had zero information. All I knew is which mythicals were already claimed, and I wanted to be the first to catch one that was unclaimed, and I got zero assistance, which is going to be very important in a second. Oh my god, is that Jirachi? Oh my god, Jirachi! No, I'm not the first. That's just a scripted event. It happens, and I shouldn't have thrown the Master Ball, but yeah, that was not one of the events that was unclaimed. Everyone gets that. And so I had to kind of explore around and think about where mythical Pokemon would be. Well, there is one town within Emerald that's really underutilized, and so I figured if they're going to hide anything, it's going to be in good old Pacifidlog Town, if I could. Yeah, there we go. It's very hard, by the way. I tend to speed up the game. Trying to get fly to work is annoying. So all I can do is talk to random NPCs, and since I never talked to NPCs ever, I had a hard time identifying which ones were new and which ones were not. But thankfully, I have plenty of completed versions of Emerald, and so I just went house to house, door to door, trying to find if someone was saying something they didn't normally see. Like this person, everything seems looking pots. I played enough Zelda. Bagon for Relicanth. No, that doesn't help. Might be in the base game too. But yeah, that's all I could do. Eventually, I found this NPC. The waves are quietest before sunrise, calm at the turn of the day, and still again before the night. Sounds peaceful. Mirage Island appears. So after hearing that, I decided to check something out. In standard Pokemon Emerald, there is no way to change the clock whatsoever. But sure enough, if you press start, you can change the clock. And as soon as I figured that out, because this guy was giving me time-based hints, I'm like, okay. And I put this together pretty early. The words he was using, day, night. Pokemon has a day-night system, although Emerald has a very rudimentary one. And so I just had to look through the various systems in Pokemon in order to determine what time I should set my clock to. Unfortunately, the hint was extremely poorly written. If we return to it, it says before, not at. So I kept trying to do a minute before, and I spent about 3 hours circling the right solution, but not having it. And well, just listen to the live reaction. I'll try the actual hour hands, but it says before. It didn't say at. Yeah, it says before night falls. I can try on the hour for each of them. So we'll see if it happens if it's 4:10:6. Sorry, just to pause there, 4:10:6 is Pokemon Crystal, which Smith Blaze worked a lot on. So I figured that was what he would be using because it also only has 3 demarcations, but it could have been something else. However, I was doing 9:59, 5:59, and 3:59 because it said before, and then I was using Emerald and trying to do all sorts of things, when in the end, it really was just at the times. It was an instance of where the hint was kind of bad, and when I finally get it, it shouldn't be at the hour. If it says before, oh, but it means I had it an hour ago. Oh, that's a little misleading. So yeah, not quite the epic pop-off because the dialogue was misleading, but hey, I still completely figured it out. No help whatsoever. It did feel kind of good once I stopped streaming. I mean, when you're stuck on something for an hour and you feel like, I had it and it wasted my time, it's tough to pop off, but now I'm very happy. I completely knew to go to the house. I just happened to find the right NPC. I'm very happy that I figured all of this out. And so as I catch Celebi, my thoughts on Emerald Legacy are, it's good. I enjoyed it. I definitely didn't have a bad time. That said, I just don't know if it's different enough to warrant a play over Vanilla Emerald. I feel like it's in a bit of a weird middle ground where I almost would rather a completely redone, almost Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire type remake that just reimagines the game versus a game that's still at its core is Pokemon Emerald, but with some interesting quality of life changes, Also, while I like some of the quality of life changes, I will say, as a standard player of Pokemon, having moves and abilities change definitely makes it fun for a video and to do a live playthrough. But whether you personally enjoy having these elements changed, or whether you wish these would stay static or be updated to their modern mechanics and something like no random encounters, that's up to you. I definitely think Emerald Legacy, if you really like Pokemon Emerald, is a game you're going to have fun with. And although I didn't have time because I was doing the month of Gyros at the time, and I didn't even get to talk about the post-game where a lot of effort was put into revitalizing the Battle Frontier and whatnot, sadly, I've retired from the Battle Frontier. I can make a video on when I did that. I did it a few years ago. It was nightmarish. I'm not interested in it again. Maybe Platinum, but not Emerald. No, I'm done. But yeah, I did like the game. I had a fun time. And congratulations to Smith Blaze for the trilogy. I hope you guys have enjoyed this and all the videos I've been doing in March, and I'll see you all relatively soon. I have another video coming out relatively soon. Once again, thank you to Mondly for sponsoring this video. Take care.